We're live. We are so live. And it's been such a long time.
It's been a few weeks.
It's been a little bit. Yeah. And hello, everybody. Welcome to Skip Happens. And I'm Skip Clark. It's Deb Lamphere, actually in the pod zone tonight.
I'm live tonight, too.
Yeah, well, you're live every time we do this.
Live here.
Exactly. But live in the pod zone. And we have just another great podcast for you tonight. You know, over the years, we've made so many great friends. And I was just telling them before we flipped the mics on and the lights and all the good stuff that, you know, when I met these two, it was just like instant friends. It was like so cool. Ladies and gentlemen, they are my friends, and now they're going to be your friends. I want you all to say hi to Joe and Martina. Hi, guys.
Hey. Welcome.
How are you? First of all, how are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we're out in California right now, visiting family, and music's been good. Life's been great.
Yeah. California, what's it? Like 3 hours? Was it 3? Yeah, it's gotta be
gosh, 3 hours.
So this is like dinner time for you, dude.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. We're just chilling.
Yeah. Time for a drink, 5 o'clock somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Well, I think Martina's already got one.
I do. I got a couple.
Yeah. I don't know. She's been yawning a lot. I don't know. Have you had a long day?
I have had a long day. Yes.
Is it the time change, or is it just the fact that you've been really busy?
I think that, we've been in Nashville for 9 years now. And
Oh my
I think every time we come home, it's like we're Joe and Martina, the rock stars in Nashville. And we have all our industry work and what we do for a living. Then we come home and we have to be auntie and uncle. And we have to go see our parents. We're riding horses. And Joe was out in the cornfield digging ditches yesterday. And
What? Wait, whoa. What do you
so
mean?
we're tired.
But you go home, you have to dig like you're working in the field, the cornfield?
Oh, well, I mean, here's the deal. We're just normal people to our parents.
That's
and,
right.
and yeah, if dad needs something done,
You do it.
and you know what? And here's the deal. He's getting older,
That's
and
right. That's
I
right.
think he was about to go do it himself. I'm like, man, you don't need to be doing that right now. Like, I'll go do it, So I'm never, and if I ever am above digging a ditch or something like that, just slap me.
I was gonna say, we'll slap your hand.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be I never want to be above
Right.
my raisin. I'm always willing to get my hands dirty.
That's right.
I love that attitude. That's the right attitude, though, when you think about it. These guys that think they're above everything,
Right.
it's not good. It's not
It
good.
doesn't really get you anywhere.
No, it doesn't.
In the end of it doesn't get you anywhere.
Absolutely not. And that's why you guys are so humble and so cool. You started out, when I first met you, if you don't mind me saying, you guys were Terabella. Okay, that was like way. How many years ago was that?
We
6,
probably
7?
met 5 or 5?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
at least.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
It was the radio tour thing.
It was a radio tour. That was our first time in New York ever, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I still say, like, Syracuse, New York is my favorite city in New York. It's amazing. I love coming over there, hanging out with you.
Wait, what month of the year did you come here?
The beautiful month.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was before it got extreme cold, but
Okay.
it wasn't, I think it was like fall or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the best time for upstate.
Did we have snow? I'm trying to think. Were you driving a van? Were you driving
we
the
were
driving a van.
driving
There
that
was no
beat up
snow.
van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we put you up in that farmhouse,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right down the
That
road
was
from the
actually,
venue.
Skip, that was the second time we hung out.
Okay.
Martina and I's first radio tour was before that, and we brought our truck.
That's
and I remember that because
Oh, that's right.
because we're like, well, since we're already here, we should go check out the city. Go check out New York City. Yeah, that was dumb to
In
take
our four-door ranch truck.
ranch truck driving.
So you
trying
actually
to get our
went
hotel.
you went to New York City in the truck?
Yeah. Not
Did you
smart.
actually
No.
drive in the city itself?
Well, we had to drive to our hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got the whole experience. Joe sounded like probably one of those like Lamaze classes going. He was struggling so hard because we had the extended mirrors out because when we haul horse trailers, and it was like this is the wrong truck.
It was was like the most anxiety I've ever had
I'm
in
sure.
a vehicle ever.
I'm
So-
from downstate, so
Yeah.
we've had to drive through New York City to move kids and do everything.
Right.
And we've had to bring our big truck. Not fun.
yeah.
Those
Not
skinny
fun.
little roads and people
Yeah.
parking all
I
over
don't
the
know.
place.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I
It's an
will if I
experience.
head to New York City, I'll
Mhm.
drive as far as Poughkeepsie, which a lot of
Mhm.
people consider upstate, but it's really not. It's way
Right,
downstate.
right.
But
Yep.
then I would park and take the
To
train.
take the train.
Take
That's
the
the way
train.
to do it.
It's like
We
yeah.
should
20
have done
bucks.
that. I mean, we
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
Well, you didn't know.
we didn't know. We're just a
No.
couple of farm kids. We're just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go there. Let's go to New York.
But I bet you had the
know what's
best
fun?
time.
It cost more to
Yeah.
park our truck
Oh yeah.
than
Than
it did
our
than
hotel.
our hotel room. And we weren't at a cruddy hotel. It was decent. And it's funny. It was a funny just
It was a great
it's a very
experience.
memorable
I
experience.
love this.
And
I
I
love
love
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you when you parked the truck, was it on one of the, like in New York City, they park the vehicles on top of each other.
On
They
this
have
weird
those.
elevator
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
We let the valet do it because
Yeah.
we were like, we got
Oh, no,
here,
I-
that's
Very
about all we
smart.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I would never even attempt that.
Yeah.
Never. Oh my
great.
God. Was that the first time you were ever in New York City?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mhm. We went to a Yankee game and then we went
Oh.
hung out. It was a really great.
Oh, it would have been in September because it was
Oh yeah, it was
we got to go to Yankee Stadium
How
on the
cool.
anniversary on 9/11.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
right.
Oh
was-
wow.
I mean, we got the whole shebang.
Yeah.
did.
We
Yeah.
experienced everything about
yeah.
what we knew of New York, and it was really special. It was
awesome.
cool.
Wait, you
Beautiful
started
state.
out upstate and then went downstate?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think they might have left here and headed towards New York
That's
City.
okay.
Yeah.
We left from there and then we went to like the Catskills area and then
Yep.
we went to the city after
Southern
that.
tier.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you know that probably made for some great material for songwriting?
Absolutely. It does. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
our life in general, just seeing the amount of the US that we have and got to experience this beautiful country. I don't honestly, like, sometimes I wonder why people even tinker with going out of the country because
Mhm.
there is so much in the United
Right.
States.
There really
So
is.
I mean, you can literally make it your life goal to see everything there is to see in the US and you still wouldn't be able to
Right.
get to it all. It's amazing. We live in a beautiful country.
Absolutely. Top to bottom, absolutely gorgeous, and so much to see and so much to do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about you for a minute, Joe. You've been doing music how long?
I mean, like, seriously, since like probably 4th or 5th grade is when I started taking guitar
I almost
lessons.
said second grade. So I was close. Okay.
I mean, I've always loved music, but I actually got like a guitar and started learning how to play it around 4th or 5th grade.
That's cool. And then
Wait, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, you also, I was reading a little bit of your bio that obviously I already know a little bit, but playing bass for Luke Combs back before Luke Combs was Luke Combs, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Trust me, I know exactly what you mean because it's crazy. My friend who I've rode around in a beat up van. The beat up van that we were in,
Yeah.
that was Luke Combs's first tour vehicle.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luke used to rent it from us because he just had a car and we
Yeah.
couldn't take a whole band to shows. He'd be like, Joe, can I rent your van for the weekend?
Yeah.
So I was the bus driver, bass player, and the van rental service for about a year.
Yeah.
And it is just crazy because, we became really good friends. And again, he's we shared hotel rooms together. We've been all over the country together. And just to see how famous he is now, it's like insane. And I'm super proud. We're both proud of him. Martina's friends with him too.
Yeah.
And it's been a cool thing to watch. And
Well, if you could get him on our podcast, I would do anything. I'm just saying.
okay.
No.
Next time I see him, I will definitely mention it to him.
Well, we had Jimmy Allen on one night.
Mhm.
Jimmy
That's
Allen,
cool, we did.
yeah, that was really cool.
That's awesome.
But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Jimmy's a great guy. But going back to Luke Combs a little bit,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys still keep in touch, I would assume. And
Yeah.
you have actually you were a co-writer on a song that went all the way up to the top, and you were smiling when you went to the mailbox and grabbed that check and came back into the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see?
Now
I
we can
love
pay for parking in New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool thing. I wrote a song with him and my buddy Rob Williford, who is still in Luke's band with him.
Mhm.
We wrote it before he ever had a record deal, and before he had the record deal, he told me he was going to record it. And the second I found out he got a record deal, I assumed that they were going to like repackage everything or, go try to find different songs. And I was really fortunate that all the songwriters on that album were pretty fortunate because they kept all the songs. You know, they didn't when he got a record deal, they didn't say like, nope, we don't want that one. It was like, this is great. Yep, we're gonna put this out exactly how it kind of was before any of this happened. So that was a huge surprise, and it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. It's added validity to what I do as a songwriter and producer. It's added validity to what we do as an act, and you know, and it's also awesome just to see, you know, your friend be that successful. And we don't obviously, like, his life is insane, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's gotta be.
So we don't keep in contact like
an everyday
all
text,
like
right?
to.
Right.
But we do see him every once in a while. I still am really close to all the band members. I still write songs with a lot of the guys that are in the band. So just recently we saw him on his birthday.
Yeah, we went to his little birthday
so we went to a birthday get together and got to see him for a little bit and catch up. And it was
cool, man.
Cool.
He just played. I think he just played at Live Oak, maybe, or somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, for the writers round.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool that he came out for that. So.
Yeah, his publishing company and a really cool group called Race Rowdy put on a writers round there, and he made a surprise appearance. Pretty stinking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So how does it work that you branched off to do your own thing? How do you go about?
How did I come to that decision kind of thing?
Not because of the wife.
No.
Is that a lot of, you know, think about it. Let's be real, and that's who we are. Is like the first thing is it's always a woman, you're right, or it's the it's the other.
You're Yoko Ono.
No.
No. Sorry.
Negative.
I'm a huge Beatles fan. I had to drop a Beatles.
That's all right. That's all right. I love the Beatles myself. That's cool. We can talk about that at another time, but that's cool.
Yeah.
It's another podcast.
No, you know, here's the deal. We left I just wrote a song about this recently. We left a beautiful home out west. You know, we had a really good we still do when we come out here. We had a really great life in California. We had a nice big house on the family farm, and we still got to play music all the time. And you know, we had our family around us, and we left that to pursue a dream, which is to be an artist and a songwriter out in Nashville. And hopefully, you know, Joe and Martina at the time, like you said earlier, we were called Terabella, but we've always been Joe and Martina, you know, like that's our names. That's how we've always referred to ourselves, which is if we talk about this later, but so that was always the reason why we went out there. And when I started playing with Luke, again, he wasn't a really big act at the time. I saw potential in him. I thought, man, this guy could be something. But at the same time, I was just playing bass with my buddy who needed a bass player, didn't have one.
Right.
And I could fill that role at the time. We weren't playing a lot of gigs, and the little extra side cash was good for, you know, good to pay the bills. And I had a lot of fun. It was my buddies. I don't want to make it sound like I was miserable out there. I surely wasn't. We had a lot of great we made a lot of great memories. We had a lot of fun. But
were you guys together at that point?
Yeah, we were married. We moved from California, already married, to Nashville. I think we'd been in Nashville about a year or so, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And so after a year of doing it, I started seeing how the schedule was getting more intense, and that it was taking me away from home 3 days a week at the very least. And we had just finished recording our first EP, the one that we did with Johnny Garcia, who is Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks's lead guitar player. And we finished that, and we were going to put a single out to radio independently. And we had a radio tour scheduled. One of those stops is to see you. We were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
And I told Luke, I was like, hey man, like, you know, you're my buddy. I love playing music with you, but you know, I have to go on this radio tour for like, I think it ended up being like 2 months worth of stops. I think it might be that time where you guys find a forever bass player. Again, and I, in a really, I almost felt selfish staying in that band too long too as a bass player, just because I can play bass guitar. I know how to play bass guitar. I like playing bass guitar, but it's not my passion. And I know so many people that have a passion for that instrument alone. And I felt like and like Delaney, who is his Luke's
Mhm.
current bass player. Great guy, great bass player, way better bass player than I am.
It's all about it.
He deserves to be up there. I just felt like I was taking somebody else's dream, because that wasn't my dream. Why would I just be sitting up there playing bass, stealing somebody's dream? You know, that's how I felt.
That's
So
very unselfish of yourself
Very
to
humble.
think about that, because you're giving that opportunity to somebody else.
That's
you
it.
could've-
I mean,
that's good man Joe right
it
here.
literally did bother me, and so and we've, like I said, we had the conversation. He didn't, he obviously didn't want it. He was like, man, I hate to see you go. His manager at the time hated to see me go. We worked really well together, but again, I didn't leave this beautiful West Coast dream that we had to play bass for somebody else. Like I'm an artist. Even if what we do never is on the level of Luke Combs, which probably, let's be realistic. It might not ever be. It probably won't ever be. But I find what we do, even on a small scale, so rewarding. And so, it's worth it to me. I've never had any regrets about it. I love the guys, but I'm
okay, Joe. You're gonna make me
I get to
cry.
work with my best friend.
Joe, you're gonna make me cry. Just you're so humble. Seriously, though, so humble.
I mean, it doesn't get any more real than that.
No, absolutely. And I knew that, like I said before, the minute I met you guys, the type of people that you are, both of you are like that. So you're so sweet and so humble, but you're both very talented. Joe, your songwriting is just through the roof. And Martina, your voice is just, oh my God.
I was listening to the music
Thank
all the
you.
way over and over again.
So
Beautiful.
together, you guys, Joe and Martina. And I'm so glad it's over with now that Tarabella is behind you, because I think Joe and Martina was a very smart move.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And by the way, RJ is watching. RJ's on there.
RJ.
Yes. He says, hi, guys. Yes.
Hi.
So it's pretty cool.
Thank you. That means a lot. It was a big decision for us. And honestly, it was kind of easy, because the problem with Tarabella, so and for everyone that's just joining us or doesn't know our backstory, so we brought that name to the table, essentially to the industry, when we moved to town. And we knew we wanted it to be something from our area that represented us. It means beautiful earth. It is a farming community right outside of where we're from. We thought, okay, this could work. But we really felt like we were trying to make everyone believe that we were Tarabella. It was, and then imagine an email coming across that says Tarabella. Is it a guy girl duo? Is it country? Is it pop? Is it? And then we'd go to festivals, and they would introduce myself as Tara. Like, I'm Tarabella. This is my guitar player. And I'm like, well, that ain't gonna work. And seriously.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
It's so, and the fans, we were asking them, especially on radio tours, you're like, hi, we're Joe and Martina, and we're Tarabella. That's 4 names to remember.
Yeah.
So we knew that we were in a point still in our career where we could make that decision, and it was going to be either our fans are going to love it or our fans are going to hate it. And honestly, they all loved it.
Absolutely.
I call it the ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend theory, where you're with that person for so long, and all of a sudden you break up with them, and everyone's like, oh, I never liked them anyways. Oh my gosh, his mom was the first one. She was like, oh good, I never liked Tarabella anyways. I'm like,
why didn't you tell us?
I know, no one had the heart to say anything.
That's crazy.
Right? Not that we would have listened, probably.
Yeah,
but,
we wouldn't have listened,
but yeah, our numbers, we're the only hashtag of Joe and Martina, in the existence of Instagram. So that should tell you, even on the marketing, side of things. It's been great. It's been easy and great.
Yeah, the rebranding probably wasn't all that tough, because it was so early on. So.
Right.
It was easy. It's just like, hey, be yourself.
Right. Hello. There you go. Why not? I call this, this is the Skip Happens podcast. I mean, I'm Skip. Right. I mean, why not put my name on it? So
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And you have to. Joe, either one of you, tell us a little bit about working with John Barry. That song, great tune. Yeah. And
I'll let Martina take this, because she's a John Barry super fan. So
I love it.
And I am too. but like she's like a long time
Yeah.
John Barry super fan.
Oh my God, his music though, Your Love Amazes Me, and other great songs. And I remember when he did "Oh Holy Night," and it just blew me
yeah.
away. So,
It's like one of his biggest songs he's cut, which is crazy because it's such a Christmas song that
he
like,
breathed new amazing life to that song.
Yeah, we're like cutting in and out here a little bit. So I don't know if you can see it on your end. It's kind of cutting in and out, but we have you. We see you. It's just every once in a while your mouth is wide open and nobody's moving. So that's all. But are you there?
It always manages to freeze on us.
Yeah, I don't know why it's starting to freeze up a little bit. It's only because you're like on the other side of the country, and who knows, maybe somebody hacked the internet. So I'm just saying, I mean, other things are going on in the world, so who knows?
Right.
But tell us a little bit more about
the past 3 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so John Barry, big super fan, had a poster of him on my before Garth. And we which in a weird way comes back and plays drums for Ellie. And so that's how we
you kind of broke up a little bit. So you
why are we breaking up so bad? Let's see.
I don't know. It's just kind of
it's on our end.
No, I don't know. I can't tell on our end. It's just I think we're good. But
I think we're good.
We're good on our end. It must be that California internet.
Is there a wind going through there? Or?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
but
full
you know,
bars,
full bars.
Yeah, we got 4 bars. We got 5 bars.
Okay,
but we're good. We're good. We can hear you.
Passing cloud. That's all.
That's all it is. But go ahead. Continue on about John Barry.
Yeah, we.
Hello.
And some of her fans, and are we good?
You know what we're gonna do? Can you guys log off and come right back? We'll wait right here for you, and Deb and I will have a little bit of a conversation, and we're gonna have a cup of coffee. But go ahead, you do that, and in the meantime, if you're watching this and you want to, wow, look at that. Yeah, that's TV. Is that the garage?
TV.
But it's Skip Happens podcast. You can subscribe on YouTube, and you know, and also with the Country Music Fan Club. And Deb has been in Nashville. You did some work with the ACMs recently, and you're going back there this week to take care of some stuff. Another event. So tell me, I mean, you've been to Nashville now more than I've been to Nashville.
I know, my score sheet's getting up there now. So
they keep watching.
They're coming in.
They're going in and out. That's all right. They're coming back.
They'll be back.
They'll be back. And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Hello, Sarah, and hello, Debbie, and from home. I wonder if that must be, you know, and Lisa's got us on, and Kathy Bridget McDonald. Hi from Ontario, Canada. Yeah, you know, that's I mean, there's still the border's closed, right?
It is still closed as far as I know. There's quite a few places that are still on lockdown, but we are thankfully opening up, so things are coming back to life
slowly.
So we can have Joe and Martina hopefully can come visit us soon.
Let's hope. They were here a couple of times, and I remember doing karaoke with them.
That's right. You were saying. Did you sing?
No, I watched and took pictures, but they did, and they just blew everybody away. Nobody had any idea exactly who they were. You know, they're country artist and singer songwriter, and let's see if we can just get them back up here. And here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna bring them back up. So
hey, you're working now?
Yeah. You look good. You look good.
Cool.
Joe, you got a mustache now. You didn't have that before, did you?
Wait. See, now I have to get back on.
No, I'm just kidding.
I thought real hard in it.
Push it out. I got you. So, all right, we got you back. I don't know what happened, but we were just talking about the fact. I know we're going to talk about John Barry and everything with that here in a moment. But one of the trips that you made to Syracuse, I can remember when you guys were doing a little bit of karaoke.
That's what he.
And
at
that bar that we were hanging out in and having a few cocktails, and that was pretty awesome. People had no idea. And you just
time.
Yeah.
What did you sing karaoke?
It probably would have been either Patsy Cline or Miranda Lambert. Those are my go-to.
Yeah.
Some Patsy Cline.
I think you did, Joe. I think you were doing some Garth.
Maybe I probably did much too young to feel this.
Maybe.
Where did you do karaoke? Was it at
that was at the hotel. It was called the Maplewood Suites.
Oh, yeah. I like that
at the time in the Blue Spruce
Mm-hmm.
Lounge.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
The place is now closed.
Oh,
No, you know what it is? The pandemic actually kind of shut a lot of things
Yeah,
down. So
man.
it's really sad for local business.
Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. But let's get back to what we were talking about the, working with John Barry and all that, because that's where you were breaking up a little bit, Martina.
Yeah. So John Barry, once again, we met him through his son, through Allie Colleen's camp. That's essentially how it was. We were at a birthday party that he was at, and we were singing for this friend of ours at the birthday party, and we saw John's son on his phone. Little did we know he had him on Facebook Live, like he was taping us, or FaceTime.
Yeah.
So there was John Barry watching me sing Fancy at a birthday party at some house party. And so from there, it just kind of grew into a relationship. I got to sing on stage with him. He stopped by one of Allie's shows in Nashville. And he got up on stage and everyone was like, go sing with him. Go. And I'm like, no, I've never seen John Barry in concert. I'm going to sit here. and then he looked at me after one song and he was like, what would you like me to sing? And I was like, okay, yeah, Standing on the Edge of Goodbye. And then he invited me up on stage to sing.
Aww.
And from then on, it was just this very beautiful and amazing, nothing but from up above, like a gift, just a relationship and friendship. And then when Joe wrote Give Me Back the 90s,
right?
Yeah, we finished up that song, and I told the guys I wrote it with right away, like, hey, Martina and I are going to record this. Like, I don't care if you guys want to, because we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And I got to thinking immediately, the producer of me started thinking, man, it'd be cool to get a 90s country singer to sing on this. And I instantly thought of John. We had just met him like a couple weeks before I wrote that song. And I was like, man, I wonder if we could get John Barry. And we just kind of kept it, let's think a little bit about this. Johnny, who I'd produced this with, had also produced Colin Ray for a while. So like Johnny had suggested like, hey, we could maybe talk to Colin Ray. And I was like, we're both kind of like, should we pursue somebody? Because I knew, this is the thing, I didn't want to pursue one guy or one girl or whoever ended up being on it and then like backtrack and oh, sorry, we're gonna go with so and so.
Right.
So we sat on it for a while, and we went to John's Christmas show. He does like he does a Christmas concerts every year, a whole tour.
Yep.
And he did one kind of where we live in the Nashville like metro, and we went to it, and we got done. We were in the car driving home. I said, Martina, that's got to be the guy. Like, that's the guy. Like,
that's him. I'm like, okay.
He's the one. Like, I don't
no argument here.
I don't want to ask anybody else. I think we should see if he'll do it. And so I sent a text, or I called his son and be like, do you think your dad would be into something like this? Because I don't want to bug him. I want to get your opinion on it first. And he said, well, let me see. And he showed him the song, and he
didn't even go, hey, Dad.
He showed him the song, and I guess within a verse and a chorus, he was like, yep, I'll do it. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
Great.
So he came over to our home studio.
Yeah, he recorded that. His vocal was recorded at our home studio.
Yeah, we had. So there was John Barry. I've never scrubbed toilets so hard in my life, and like baseboards. I was like, oh my gosh, John Barry's coming over to my house.
She's out on the front porch waiting for him to show up.
Right.
John,
trying not to be like, oh, so nice of you to be here. I wasn't waiting by the door at all day.
No, not at all.
But what's so crazy, and this is a fun part of the story, is John had listened, and this is very, as you well know, that in our industry, listening to the first 12 seconds of a song is, or the first verse, first chorus, you're kind of done with it, which is kind of normal.
Right.
So he had listened to just the first part of the song and was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be on this song. It wasn't until he was driving over to our house to record to where he listened to the entire song and heard his name in it. And that,
wow.
he had no idea that his name, he was like, well, I'll be darned, my name is in it. And he had no idea. So he signed on to the project without even realizing that his name was in the song. And then what's even cooler is when he came in, we gave him the option to say a specific artist name of his choice. Or he could just say
or a country song
or whatever he wanted to fill in the blank with.
Yeah. Right.
And so there we are sitting and we're watching him do this. And he says, and a Winona song. And I lost my, like, I'm bawling my eyes out. I was wearing a Judge shirt.
Martina's a huge Winona Judd fan.
She's my hero. Yeah. Like
I remember that.
Okay. What's crazy is John didn't notice it, but Martina was wearing a Winona Judd shirt.
Oh, how cool.
But my hair was covering it, and it wasn't noticeable.
And he picked that. He had already picked it before he got there.
Because he's a huge Winona fan. And I was just like,
I thought that was pretty cool.
What is life?
Now, Joe, you took the lead on that song, though. You're right in the beginning of that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That's you. You started off, and then Martina comes in. So
we've been doing a lot more. I'd say we're getting kind of to a 50-50 point with vocals. Not that I'm a better singer than Martina, because that's couldn't be further from the truth. But every once in a while, here's the thing, guys. Every once in a while, you write a song, and it's just so clearly like a dude song, like a song that it just sound it sounds more natural with a guy singing it. And there's a lot of songs that sound more natural with a girl singing it. It just it's just the way my ear works or whatever. And actually, we tried a version. We have a version somewhere in the
archives,
deep in the archives of Martina singing lead on that song. And it was good. She didn't sing it bad by any means. It just didn't have the same.
Right.
And we knew that we were going to get a guy guest vocalist. So by doing her, if we would have had her sing lead, we would have put it in a weird key for a male vocalist to come and be a guest vocal. So that played into it as well. But with the three of us, me, Martina, and our producer, or my co-producer on that, which was Johnny Garcia, discussed it at great lengths and decided, like, this is a Joe song, which is never easy for me because, again, I mean, I'm in a duo with one of the greatest, singers in Nashville, but every once in a while I do have to sing lead, and it is what it is.
It's great.
Do you pretty much
it's
agree?
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you pretty much agree every time a song turns out how when it's being produced, how it's going to sound? You guys kind of agree?
Oh yeah.
Like there's no like, well, I'd rather have it this way. I'd rather have because there's the business side of it. There's the husband-wife side of it.
Yeah.
There's the I think I sound better. Whatever. So
no, we're pretty good about it. I always want to make her I want her to be proud of this music, and that's like my goal. Like when I make music, I also obviously want to be proud of it too. But because I produce so many like different things and different acts and stuff, I've become over the last couple years really kind of open-minded, and I don't get stuck on any ideas anymore. And honestly, Martina's a super open-minded musician, singer too. So we just kind of let it flow and don't really overthink our music that much, to be honest with you.
Now, when it's a really, really great song, we will fight sometimes who gets to sing lead because it's like so good. Like there's a couple right now that we're thinking about getting in the studio to cut, and I'm like, I'd really like to sing it. And he's like, well, me too. Well, and so.
and honestly, it's not always like the single-y ones. It's like the deep cuts on albums that like you kind of fight for, because a lot of times I am the one that wrote it. So like I'll have like this weird like personal connection to it that I feel like, but at the same time, like Martina, her being such a good song, she's just a interpreter, a song interpreter. She's one of those people that can hear something, and even though she didn't write it, she feels it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
She's like a Frank Sinatra. Like he didn't write songs, but when he sang something, you're like, dang, that guy lived that. And that's how I feel she is
I'm a good storyteller.
As a singer, she's a great storyteller. So at the same time, like I understand why when she hears a song, even though I'm deeply connected to it, why it might make more sense actually for her to do it, just based on the fact that she is so good at that. Like I might feel it deeper because it was my life, but she's gonna make other people feel it deeper. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, she knows your life too, and she's so close to you. So
we're so connected.
It's can relate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
But
great.
overall, it's honestly like our creative process is pretty fun.
It's always
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's good.
And if there is an argument, it's fun too.
I was just going to ask. I was going to ask if you guys fight, but I imagine
It
it's
doesn't
just
look
kind
like
of,
too much.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
really?
we've gotten better about it. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been singing together 13 years
Wow.
and we've been married 9. Next year will be 10 years of marriage and 10 years of Nashville kind of thing. So we've had some practice, because a lot of times fans, that's the biggest question is how do you guys do it? And in all reality, it's kind of like, how do you not do it? Like, God bless those musicians and artists that aren't on the road with their family. And you know, we're blessed to get to do this together and go out on the road. Nobody has to stay at home. And I mean, yeah, depending on who, you know, someone forgot to take out the trash after 5 times of being asked. I mean, sure.
But then sounds familiar.
You know, yeah, we're just your average American couple, but like, you know, we get on stage and it all disappears.
We definitely argue more about normal people stuff than music stuff.
Yeah, and you're away from the business. You're as husband and wife and those little
we'll
household dudes.
Well, that is good to hear.
You know, and let's see, trash day for us is on Mondays. So I could be laying in bed on a Sunday night ready to doze off. My wife would tap me on the shoulder going, honey, did you take out the trash?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
See?
I've only told you 4 times that the trash had to go out tonight.
I know.
I don't know why we don't listen the first time. But
Here's my trick.
Just,
so after I
what
ask
it
4
is.
times and then he doesn't do it, then I get up in the morning and then I do it and then he feels bad.
Yeah, that's
why I'm like, because I asked you 4 times and I'm just not waiting anymore. So
you have figured it out, because us dudes, we do feel guilty when stuff like that happens.
Yeah,
actually, we feel more guilty about that than getting yelled at about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you get into relax mode.
Yeah,
so.
I'm carrying it out the door. He's like, no, I'll get it. And I was like, where? Okay.
I can't tell you how many times we've run out if the trash guy comes early. Like normally they come 8:30,
oh my
9
gosh,
o'clock.
you hear it.
All of a sudden it's 6:45 and we hear,
and you hear the truck coming down the road.
I'm running out of my pajamas. I look like a disaster
through the snow and your
my
slippers.
God, in the snow. It's awful. I've had way too many of those mornings. So I totally get it. So.
Oh yeah, my wife is the same way with me. So
how long have you been visiting back in California? Because I think I missed that part.
We've just been out here a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Our original plan was to stay out here about 2 months. But we've had some other things pop up in Tennessee, so we're actually heading back next week.
Yeah,
cut our trip quite short, but all good things though.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about Allie Colleen, who, you know, we've had her on the Skip Happens podcast. Brother and I have had the chance to chat with her, but her music is phenomenal, and you play a big part in what she's doing. Tell us a little bit about that. Allie Colleen, by the way, is Garth's daughter. But she's doing it on her own, which is a cool thing. So tell us.
I've never even heard of that guy, so you know, I don't even know. I think he has a MySpace or something.
MySpace.
Oh, God.
Hey, what's wrong with MySpace?
Nothing. We met on MySpace.
No way. Did you really?
It was before Tinder was cool, man.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that one.
I love that. I love that. But tell us about Allie Colleen. Oh man, I mean,
we've known Allie for a few years. We met randomly. A friend of ours invited us to this songwriter night out on a farm in, what's the name of that city?
Eagleville, Tennessee.
Yeah. And we went out to it, and these 2 girls played like a little writers round. It was Carly Rogers and at the time she was going by Allie Brooks at the time. But you know, none of that registered. We were just like chit-chatting and just kind of hit it off. You know, we were just talking music and talking like where we lived and what we were doing and what part of town, you know, just normal stuff you would talk about at a writer's round. And then we were both playing in Louisville, Kentucky, like that weekend, and we popped by her show, but I don't think we actually saw each other.
She was rolling in late. We saw everybody but her.
Yeah.
But she knew we were there, you know.
And then we just started like we both played a little bar in Nashville called Scoreboard. We play it together sometimes, and we play separately sometimes, and just built this friendship. and we're huge fans of her. She's got a great voice.
She's incredible.
And writes really, really great songs. And it's funny, the two of us, or the three of us, haven't quite hit it off as songwriting buddies yet.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we've written like once or twice, and I think we always end up just hanging out.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
just get distracted.
We ride horses together. We go canoeing. We eat Mexican food together. I mean,
everything but.
Everything
right?
But. So
it's okay.
Yeah, which works out honestly, and I guess in the producing world, it kind of, in a way, I feel like gives me a good outside perspective.
That's true.
So, anyways, after all this time, she had recorded a record that she wasn't 100% happy with, and Martina, and this is all Martina, because I can't promote myself because I don't like even saying that I'm humble, because I feel bad for calling myself humble. I'm just like one of those people. I just feel so.
You're just Joe. You're just Joe.
And I can't go like, hey, Allie, you should let me produce you. I'm just not that guy. Everybody I've worked with besides her has kind of approached me about stuff. So I'm just weird about it. But this one was putting a bug in her ear. She goes, hey, I know you weren't happy with this, whatever. Like, maybe you should talk to Joe. Like, I'm sure he would like do it on a trial basis, wouldn't charge you much or something, whatever.
Just
come in and
find your sound,
sing,
just be an artist.
Do something. So
off the clock,
I think she talked to a few people, and she finally was like, yeah, Joe, let's try this. Like, let's record one song, see what happens. I said, okay, and it ended up being Ain't the Only Hill My Mama Raised.
Right.
Great song. I love that song. We had a really good time recording it. And I think that we kind of started to discover her sound with that single. I think she heard it and I heard it and everyone felt it. And then we did a couple more. And then here recently in January, we went into the studio and cut a 11 song album. And that was really a just amazing experience. We had the best musicians in the world, and in one of the coolest studios in the world. And she brought her A game. She wrote some really cool songs. It's a cool collection of songs. It's a really deep singer-songwriter kind of album, with a few little rockin' gems in there that are really fun too. And yeah, I just think, like I said, the fact that we've never we don't write a whole lot together. I think that I have a unique perspective on her music, because I'm not injecting myself in it in any way. And as a producer, even like I try to stay. I'm like I try to be an invisible producer, I guess, in that I don't want anything. I don't want a Joe Costa sound. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the dude that. I want to be the dude that that just kind of captures an artist, like what they do, and get the right musicians to back them.
You're letting them be them instead of trying to let other people might want to try to turn them in a different direction.
Yeah, and I don't micromanage a lot. I mean, in fact, like on her most current record right now, she just has, I think, 3 of the singles out off it, digitally, so you can listen to Playing House, Don't Give Your Heart to a Cowboy, and she just released a song called Make Me a Man.
I was reading about that. I think today I was reading about that.
Yeah, but of the 11 songs, there was like 4 or 5 songs that the vocal was like literally the vocal from the tracking session. So she sang it live with the band, only like 1 or 2 takes, and that's the final vocal. I don't know if it's on any of those 3 songs, but there's a couple. I know there's a song called Wildflower that was the vocal from. I mean, she only sang it twice, and that's the vocal on the final track. And some producers have a problem accepting that was that you can just get something that easy, and I'm not that guy. I'm like, this is brilliant. Like, there's so much emotion in this. Sure, technically, could you maybe sing it maybe 5% better? Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to have the same spark that this has.
Right.
And I just try to be really open-minded about stuff like that, and it's worked out. I hope we continue to work together. I think we have a good thing going, but I'm also not going to be upset if she wants to explore the things. I'm very on just like with the Luke Combs thing we were talking about earlier. I'm very, this is my friend more than anything. This is my friend. I'm proud of her. I hope she becomes the biggest star on earth, you know. That'd be awesome. And no matter what happens, I'm
you're
cheering
a
her
part
on.
of it.
You're
You got to
part of it,
understand
right.
you're a part of it.
And
Don't
this
think
one's
you're
a part
not.
of it too. You know,
Yes.
I
Well,
can't
it's
do
both
any,
of you.
I can't do anything that I do without her because again, I can't promote myself because I'm a weirdo. I mean, I would just honestly like, I would be like a dude that just, you know, sits in a little studio by himself and just never shows anybody's music. Yeah. But this girl is taught me to be a dreamer. She's taught me to chase dreams. She's helped promote me and she can say the things about me that I just can't say.
Can't say them. Yeah. That's great.
You know, I've seen that since day one. And that here again, it's just what makes you a great couple and a good friend and very talented. And you talk about Allie Colleen, you know, hoping that she's going to be big and super big. Always remember, you're so humble, Joe and Martina, but always remember these people that you helped out, they wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for you. So just always keep that. Very talented. And I love your attitude, man. I just love you guys being you. And you understand this is your job. This is stop.
I know. I need John Barry says I need a Kleenex
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to send you a box of Skip Happens Kleenex. That's all I'm gonna have to do to go along with the Syracuse sweats and the mug. You'll be getting a tractor trailer from FedEx. Actually, it'll pull up outside.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
No, but seriously, these people, because of what you're doing in your songwriting and your talent, you may not be like a Luke Combs, but you know what? If you go beyond Luke Combs, that's where you are because you helped him. You helped him get started. You've helped Allie get started. And what about Hardy and those guys? I mean, you guys, exactly. You're a part of that too, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, I don't know Hardy.
No,
I wish.
No, okay, then I'm mistaken. Okay.
No. But we are doing we are doing something right now connected to Hardy, but that's
has not been announced yet, right?
No, I mean it has. Martina and I are helping promote a festival that's cool. That's cool.
So social media.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're also playing it eventually, but I don't think we've announced that yet. But whoops.
There it is.
Okay, we're there. But I just lost my train of thought. The writing these songs, you don't have to have a #1 song on the radio. But in a lot of songwriters, I mean, for example, let's take Chris Stapleton. How long has Chris Stapleton been around?
No.
How many exactly? And how many times if you looked at okay, here's a song and it's sung by whoever, big hit.
Right.
But then when you look at the little print written by Chris Stapleton and Joe Costa and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, those are the people you never hear about. And that's where you are because being a writer, and both of you are great storytellers. And here again,
the song's not a song without the writer. So
exactly. And being a storyteller, that's what it's all about. You know,
It's true. That's
all right.
country music.
Now that I made Martina cry,
I know.
Hey, let me ask, what do you cook for Joe? What's his favorite meal? I guess I shouldn't have asked that.
I can tell you what his favorite meal is now. The question is, do I cook it? Probably not.
All right.
So I'll be honest. This is definitely the relationship where Joe is Chef Boy or Joe. I always say
I love it.
Everything from scratch. I mean, there will be spaghetti sauce on the ceiling and we didn't even eat spaghetti. So, it's one of those he loves. That's the way he decompresses.
Right. Yeah.
So
okay. Why does somebody keep commenting burritos?
Oh yeah,
because
his nickname is Burrito Joe.
Oh, okay.
My favorite food is burritos. Is there a way we can see those comments?
I don't know. Are you on an iPhone? What are you on?
iPhone.
Lisa, is it Hutt? I can't.
Hewitt.
Oh yeah,
Hewitt. There it is. It says burritos, and somebody else earlier said burrito.
Yeah.
And do you know why a burrito can't keep a secret?
No.
Because it always spills the beans.
One of your dad jokes?
It's a dad joke.
I'm going to tell your dad that tonight. Oh my God.
That's a dad joke. I do those on the air every afternoon at about 5:10.
I've shared a couple of yours, especially when you post them. I love them.
I post them every day. But that was my dad joke a few days ago. So
that's awesome.
Spill the beans.
I love it.
And Joe, what's Martina's favorite food?
Ooh.
Every time I ask her this, and I think this is ridiculous.
I'm afraid to. All right, go ahead.
No. Like I've asked her this before, and she said turkey sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
He can't cook the turkey sandwich.
To someone whose favorite food is a turkey sandwich. That's not acceptable.
I mean, like a good turkey sandwich.
No, you get turkey. And when she eats a turkey sandwich, it's just like turkey and cheese. That's it. I'm like, that can't be your favorite food.
Like, if you go to our social media today,
Okay.
we're home. Joe, we went to an authentic California Mexican restaurant today. And I took a video of it and I'm like, look at this. And Joe's like, yeah. And I'm like, what'd your wife order? And I pan over, he's like, grilled cheese and french fries.
No way.
A grilled cheese sandwich at a Mexican restaurant.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm half
I
Mexican.
don't understand her. I don't understand her taste buds. It doesn't make any sense with me.
So you probably don't get to cook these fancy meals as often as you'd like.
I don't get to cook anything fancy for.
We'll
but I
come
will
over
say-
for dinner.
There you go. There you go.
I will say, but you do like she likes when I cook like a tri-tip,
Oh, yeah.
obviously, like
I'm
which
a
is
steak and potato
which-
girl.
and she likes
Oh yeah,
steak,
yeah. Okay.
baked potato. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
if we're having like a date night at home kind of thing, I
Yeah.
want to make a nice meal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll be a good steak, baked potato.
I can
Oh,
scramble up some eggs and make some good bacon though.
Yeah, you can do that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
You just let me know
Yeah,
when-
if Martina's ever going to treat me to my favorite food, she's going to go buy it somewhere.
Oh yeah. I'll take him to Thai food. I'll take him to Indian food.
Yeah.
I'll take him to
Let me ask, either one of you can answer this. It's getting late. I don't want to keep you much longer, but what is the best advice that you've been ever given? Best advice, being who you are.
I mean, that's
Wow,
That's-
that got him quiet.
That's well, no.
Yeah.
What's funny is you just said probably the best advice. Be who you are. You
Yeah,
know? Nice.
yeah.
know,
Yeah, for me that was
be authentic.
yeah. It's funny. I found a journal during 2020 and that I had tucked away somewhere, and I quoted myself or like wrote down, and it was like in 2007, and it said, "The person you are trying to be is the person you already are."
Mm.
And
yes.
and I read that, and I'm pretty like I'm a movie buff, and I'm one of those that watches like the same movie like 30 times. You know,
Oh my
kind of thing.
God, one of those.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Come on, all those chick flicks. You
Oh,
know.
Oh my!
Absolutely.
If I see Sleepless in Seattle one more time,
I think that was on the
It's-
other night.
It was on TV.
I know it was, and my wife will watch that over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
It's like, honey, really? You know every bit of this movie? Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Okay.
that's what it's
All right.
You
about.
know what though, Skip? We can
Uh-huh.
relate though because we listen when we find. I'm sure you're the same way. When you find a song you really love,
Oh yeah.
I mean, what do? You listen. I listen to it a
Over and
million
over and over
times.
again. Yeah.
I'll wear it out. you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
So-
Yep. I know. I
So
know.
I guess it's kind of a similar thing, except movies take like 2 hours to watch.
Whatever.
A song is like 3.5 minutes. You know.
We already know how it ends. All right.
Yeah.
We know what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, that was
That's great advice.
yeah. And it
yeah.
didn't come from a movie is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I had anything different to add to that, but it's really, and it's funny. It's so cliche to hear stuff like just be yourself, this and that.
Yeah,
But
it's
I when we first moved to Nashville, you know, we got a lot of advice to do the opposite of that. You know, like, oh, you guys should chase this sound, or you guys should
Don't wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah, don't wear a cowboy hat. Don't try to be such the farm kid like thing that you guys present. And we went a little slicker for a while, and it was fine. But I don't know. I just think that people could sense, especially when they'd meet us, they'd be like, you know, this is different. Like, you're not how I expected you to be. Like, you're more of this down home like country couple, and it doesn't present that way. And and then I was like, why are we doing that? Like, why don't we just go back to the plaid shirts and the ball caps and just be like, and cowboy hat and be who we were before we moved.
Yeah. You know what? If somebody told me you got to stop wearing a cowboy hat, you can't do this, you can't do that, I would turn around and do it all that much more. I would just, all right,
and that's exactly
screw
what
you.
we
I'm going to
have
wear
done.
my cowboy hat every day. This is me. This is what I'm going to, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say, like, it's not like everybody in the world was saying stuff like that. There was just a few people here and there, and like I said, it's easy to take advice. Just know that, especially anybody listening that's trying to pursue a music
I'm just going to ask you to go ahead. Tell us. Go ahead.
That most of the people you're getting advice from are human beings, and they're like, a lot of times they're just giving their personal biased opinion, and that might not ring 100% true. The music industry is full of human beings. There are people who love Bruce Springsteen, and there are people who can't stand listening to Bruce Springsteen. You know what I mean? And you can't take stuff to heart. If somebody doesn't get, quote unquote, get what you do, that's not the end of the road.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's okay. Again, you think of your favorite singer in the world, I can promise you that they have tons of people that don't like their music too, or don't get it.
You can never satisfy everyone, no matter what you're doing. So
that's exactly
the way it is.
That's right.
So,
yep.
But that's
Martina, what's your most useless talent?
My most useless talent.
Mm-hmm.
My most useless talent. Do you know?
I mean, you do a pretty good impression of a donkey.
I do like farm animal noises.
That's
Really?
totally useless.
Yeah, like I can do baby chick, like. Let's see.
oh, how cute.
And then I gotta do this off camera because it's kind of ugly.
There you go.
Baby goat. And then I do that.
Oh my gosh. Have you practiced that all growing up? Like,
Yeah,
what made you
yeah.
even start to do that?
I can do a cow sound.
Yeah,
we just have these. When you grow up around farm animals, you tend to talk at them and stuff to get them going. And so that's pretty useless, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Funny.
Besides making a TikTok video.
Yeah, and talking about TikTok, are you guys on it?
We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh, look at that.
We got our dogs excited.
Our pup wanted to come say hi because we were doing the
Hello.
farm animal sounds, and they wanted to come say hi to you.
Yeah. No two-legged kids, but we got four-legged kids.
That's fine. And the dog, the names of the dogs?
So this is Lefty. This is Lefty Frizzell.
Lefty Frizzell.
He's
shy.
He's the youngest one.
There he is.
There he is. I'm gonna let him go.
And here's Otis, the dachshund. He was a wedding present.
Oh, I had a dachshund growing up.
Jack, come here.
Oh, you got three.
You know what's funny? We talk about our dogs a lot in interviews, but I don't know that we've ever put them on camera in an interview. So.
It's a first. I have two dogs.
And you're the best guy for it.
And here's Jack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aw.
Hey, Jack.
Is that a poodle mix?
No.
He's a Jack shit. He's a Jack Russell Shih Tzu.
Oh.
So there you go.
Jack shit.
Well, I knew you meant Shih Tzu for some part of it.
And he loves taking selfies too. He does this whole
Oh my gosh, I love it.
thing.
So they stay in I would assume in California.
No, they've traveled
on the road.
Oh, wait a minute. So you guys drove to California?
Every time.
Wow.
36 hours in a van together. It's better than Dr. Phil, guys.
Oh my gosh.
That's true love right there.
Well,
that is true love.
But at least you can entertain each other and sing and write songs and have some fun time, where most normal families we just argue and where you get bored and you fall asleep.
Now, do you drive straight through?
Yeah. Oh well, no. So
kind of like take naps or I mean, if one drives, one sleeps.
When we drive to California, we usually go Nashville to like Amarillo,
which is 15 hours.
Yeah, and then Amarillo all the way to California.
17 hours.
On our way back,
it's a little ridiculous. It is a little ridiculous.
On our way back, we usually make 2 stops because we're fighting the time change.
Yeah.
Right.
So we usually go.
Yes.
We usually go like the first day. Might leave a little later and go to. And it's different every time, but this last time we did Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Which is beautiful, by the way. And then Flagstaff to like Oklahoma City. I think we stay I think we usually stay in a city right before or right after Oklahoma City. So, and then it's 10 hours to Nashville from Oklahoma City. So it's not the funnest thing in the world, but we've done it so much the last
9 years.
The last 9 years that it doesn't feel that crazy anymore.
No.
It doesn't feel like that long of a trip.
Well, you know it so well now.
We know it so well, and you know, we just take that time to do be creative, throw around ideas.
We listen to a lot of podcasts.
Listen to podcasts.
I was going to ask what you listen to. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we listen to a lot of crime podcasts.
Yeah, the stuff you shouldn't listen to.
Yeah.
But those are the biggest. The crime podcast the listening is through the roof. The numbers on those are just that people just eat that up.
Yeah, I mean,
hook, line, and sinker.
Well, and that's the thing. It hooks you in. It's just like watching a movie that has a bunch of cliffhangers, you know, and you're just like, what's happening? And some of them are like cases that are happening right now that are live, and every week is an update, and it just really sparks my curiosity. I like to think in another life I probably would have like gone into detective work or something like that, because it genuinely interests me, although it also scares the crap out of me. So I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
really. Yeah.
But it is very interesting to me, and you know, and it's always great when somebody finds justice, you know, when they actually some of these things have actually solved crimes. There's one here, a California case, just a month ago. They finally issued a warrant to arrest these two guys that murdered this girl like 20 years ago.
I think I saw that on the news. Yeah.
And it was literally the podcast that sparked it up again. So that stuff just interests me. It's like,
oh, it's cool. I get it. It's cool.
And then we also, you know, obviously listen to music, and we'll even listen to music podcasts and stuff like that. But yeah,
well, there's a lot of Skip Happens episodes.
Yeah, I know.
Listen to on the next ride.
Or you listen to a Zach Attack with Dad when I get Zach on. So
tell Zach we say hi, by the way.
I will. He's upstairs checking out baseball stats. He's all about baseball.
There you go.
Big time.
That's awesome.
You know, you guys have been great, and it's so great to catch up.
It has been.
You know, seriously, I love you guys, and your music's phenomenal. Everything about you too. I mean, just you're an inspiration to many. Maybe we've got some people watching this or that will listen to this that want to do what you're doing. At least, you know, what's coming out of this is to be humble, be cool, just be yourself, make it work, pursue your passion. Don't try to go for too much at one time.
Right.
You know, you two got each other to play off of, which is really, really cool. It's just, you know, you're awesome. If somebody was to go to your website, joeandmartina.com, what would they find?
They'd find some videos. They'd find some links to our new music, some photos. I mean, pretty much in all our social links, which is great. That's where we post most of our updates. You know, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. We do have a new single out. It's been out for, a little over, a month or so?
Yeah, it came out on the 2nd of April.
Called Brighter Than Neon. We actually just shot a music video for it this morning.
That's why there's makeup and hair.
That's why
we look so good.
We just came out of the music video shoot.
You always look good. Come on.
In California.
Yeah.
Nicer weather there anyways.
It was great. So we're going to be working on that. And we're just really excited about, you know, all the music we have coming out. We have a lot of stuff planned.
You said, I'm sorry, you said the single is on the website. If somebody wanted to get it, they can purchase it.
Yeah, we have links to like Spotify.
Yeah, wherever you have to go get it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So when you get back to Nashville, are you performing out there anywhere, or are you just going back to writing and producing and all that?
Yeah, we'll start playing some shows again. If anything that we learned during COVID, and Martina, you can correct me on this if I'm wrong, but I think we're being slightly more picky about gigs. We're really 2019. We really wore ourselves out. I think we were over playing in Nashville, just purely from a like energy level, you know.
It was go to bed 3-4 a.m., get up at noon, and still struggle half the day. I mean, that's the rock star lifestyle. But with COVID and 2020 that happened, when shows weren't available, all of a sudden we were still going to bed, midnight, 1 a.m., but we were getting up at 6 and 7 a.m., which is a first for us, and being so productive and
so creative.
The creative energy and what we got to do is really cool.
So like songwriting, production, all of it just like blew up in 2020. And it was because we had the time, first of all, like literal time, and we felt rested. And so we're being very level-headed about thinking about doing gigs and not just taking everything that gets thrown at us anymore, because I really think that it was doing more harm than good. So we are going to start playing. I don't want to make it sound like we're not playing at all, but we're just,
but you're just going to be
we're going at maybe a slightly slower pace, and we're trying to hold off for bigger gigs. And I know I don't really know if we can talk about it. I'm just going
to. I think you should.
Might as well.
Why the heck
so
not?
I know we are playing this festival in Lynchburg, Tennessee, which is the home of Jack Daniels. It's this really cool festival. Martina and I are helping out with it in multiple ways, but I know we are playing it July 10th. I don't know the time or what exactly we'll be on it.
Follow us online to find out.
and anybody that's watching this, if you're in Tennessee or Alabama or anywhere kind of near the area, check out the festival. It's going to be fun. It's Cody Johnson is headlining Saturday. Hardy's headlining Friday.
Nice.
There's going to be a bunch of other great acts added soon too. So I think it's definitely those are the kind of gigs we're excited about, and we're gonna have some fun, and hopefully eventually we'll make it up to New York and play some shows.
If not, we'll head your way. So if not, we'll head in your direction. So either way, hopefully we can catch up really soon. Love to see you out and about, and love to get together. Love to catch up in person, and all the good stuff that goes along with that. So you guys are really awesome. And Martina, did you get a chance to ride the horse today?
I didn't today because of the music video, but it is. I'm supposed to go up to my parents tomorrow, so I definitely will be riding some horses.
Very cool. Joey, do you ride? Just quickly.
A little bit, yeah. A
little bit.
I actually grew up on a horse farm, horse ranch.
Cool.
My grandpa raised show horses and stuff out here. So I've been around them my whole life. I'm not as into them as she is, but I do have.
He's supportive, though.
I have a pretty decent knowledge of horses. I'm real comfortable around them, and I do love them too, but just not nearly as hardcore as she is.
Yeah.
It's been great tonight. Joe and Martina, everybody, they're in California. We're on the other coast, so we're like coast to coast tonight. That's coast to coast. I love saying that's a radio thing. Hey, we're coast to coast.
Yeah, I love it.
Whereabouts in California are you?
We're in Visalia, California.
So about an hour north of Bakersfield.
Yeah. Okay. All right. KUZZ in Bakersfield.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. My buddy Ken McLeod does afternoons there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
cool. It's cool.
Oh,
Very cool. He does a dad joke every day. I'm just saying. I know that.
There you go.
Anyways, all right, Joe and Martina, you guys are awesome. We love you. Thank you for taking an hour out of your busy afternoon. It's supper time. It's dinner time. It's
We're gonna go get some burritos.
Burritos. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, burritos. You know why they can't keep a secret, right?
I know.
Them spilling them beans.
Spilling them beans. That's right. Exactly. Joe and Martina, everybody, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining us. It was great tonight. We love you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep putting out the great music, and hang on there when we everything goes off, and we'll chit chat a little bit off the air. But thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.